My parents, people who know me, people near and dear to me, they always told me that, work so that you can have good retired life. Hashtag great resignations. This is trending in social media because the data suggests that an staggering amount of people are either quitting their jobs or gonna do that in some time or are contemplating doing so. And this is extremely surprising for everyone, including the pundits of the industry. In the post pandemic world, people expected that we will have abundance of workforce because of economic reasons, not the other way around. Why people are thinking about quitting the jobs? What happened? What happened during the pandemic? Why this is so? So let's talk about that. And in that context, I am going to talk about two things. One, why this is happening. Second, is it sustainable? So let's go ahead and talk about why this is happening. And if you go ahead and look into the opinion of the experts, there is one thing that comes out universally. During the pandemic, people realized the value of life, value of their family members' life, value of living the life rather than just going after getting a living. And that's the precise reason why people are thinking more about living the life than running behind in a rat race for the living. And I do agree with this assessment, but I would like to add that this is not the only thing. This is something that was happening for quite number of years. This was actually building up for quite number of years, but this pandemic has broken the final barrier in that particular thought process, because people realize that, oh, I can work, I can work from home. Not only work from home, I can work while my kid is playing in the playground. I can work while waiting for a doctor appointment. It's possible for me to take a power nap. Okay, it's possible for me to stop the work in morning or afternoon and take it at some later point of time in the evening based on my own convenience. It's possible to do the work along with your hobbies. It's possible to do the work while doing laundry. It's possible to do the work while cooking your food. It is possible. And that thought process has revolutionized everything, because that has broken the barrier that if you do not do the work in this particular way in front of my eyes, things will not happen. I still remember those days when I had to take someone to hospital, or I myself have to go something. There is some work and I had to take work from home. And the setup used to make sure that I feel guilty about it throughout the day. Okay. Those things are no longer there. Those barriers have been broken. No arguments can at this moment of time sustain those thought process, because it is being proven. Now there are some points people will make. The concept of team is diminishing, the social structure is diminishing, and teams are not able to socialize themselves. The productivity is less, the accountability is less, and many other things. And to an extent they are right also, they are also correct. These assessments are correct, but the problem is, during the pandemic no company has said that, made a public statement stating that they are not able to do something because of this particular nature of the work. No company has said that we were not able to deliver something because of this. Nothing happened because of this. Of course, there will be some things here and there, but nothing major is reported because of this behavior, this kind of work approach. And this is bringing the same thought process, I believe, which I had years back. And that's the precise reason I did what I did, couple of years back. My parents, people who know me, people near and dear to me, they always told me that, work so that you can have good retired life. But I realized that, if I want to live my life, I need my body to be in a good shape to live that life. And if I am waiting for the retirement, I may be having money, but I'll not be having my body to live the life the way I want to live it. And that's the reason, I had to let go of some of the most lucrative things to be able to try to live the life the way I want to live it. Of course, because of the pandemic, I was not able to, just go ahead and roam around. But this is something I can do, in a year's time. And this is the fundamental shift that is happening, where people want to live the life along with making a living. They want to have a balance between living the life and making a living, which means that there will be scenarios that is going to develop in future that some people may want to work half day for all the week. Okay, some people may work for few months. All those things which used to be very rare before the pandemic, it's gonna be reality in the future. There is no denying on that part. Okay, and it opens up the opportunity both for organizations as well as for the individuals. It's a win-win situation, and both the individuals and the organization need to see through it. Things never go back to normal. Okay, the things which is happening for a longer time becomes the normal. Now, second thing, is it sustainable? So I have my own thought process on this. The resignation thing, I do believe that will not go on for a very long duration, because right now people are quitting considering that in the next place they will join where they will get what they want to get. Okay, that may not be true, at least universally. Okay, because the cultural shift, the cultural change, the organization, or people who are in control of those things are still very reluctant to accept those cultural change, or you accept those changes where there is more discussion and more options are being provided to the workforce as well as to the organizations. But if it goes on for a longer duration, it will make a drastic shift, as I talked about a few moments back, where there will be more plug and play kind of employment prospects that is going to come into picture. And that is what the future looks. If it doesn't happen immediately, it will happen in some time where the future will be more plug and play kind of employment prospects, where there will be terms and conditions not only from the organization, there will be terms and conditions from the workforce also, that this is the terms and conditions under which we will work. So earlier, only salaries were different for the different people, maybe within the same roles. Going forward, their work pattern and the way they will work, where they will work from, number of days they will work within the same rules will also be different. Of course, monetary compensation will reflect that, but this is also that is gonna come, and it is gonna come very soon. And this is the way future work will look like, and that is what I think about this particular thing. Thank you all. Thanks for watching. We will meet again. Until the next time we meet, good day, goodbye. You take care.